Could a simple dime from 1966 be worth as much as $1 million? You might want to check your pocket change right after this video because we're diving deep into why these 1966 no-mint mark dimes could be a hidden fortune. First, let's get to know this iconic dime a little better. The 1966 Roosevelt dime is part of the series minted from 1946 to the present. These dimes have President Franklin D. Roosevelt's face on the front and a torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the reverse. The key feature here? No mint mark. The lack of a mint mark is what makes the 1966 dime stand out. Unlike today's coins, many of the dimes from the mid-60s have no mint mark because of a decision made by the U.S. Mint. During this period, specifically from 1965 to 1967, the U.S. Mint intentionally did not use mint marks on coins to discourage collectors from hoarding coins during a nationwide coin shortage. As a result, every 1966 dime you come across won't have a mint mark, making these coins seem common. But here's the twist. Some of these no-mint mark dimes are actually worth big money, and in some cases, they've been valued at up to $1 million. So, how does that happen? What makes some 1966 dimes so valuable while others are only worth face value? To understand why certain 1966 no-mint mark dimes can fetch such high prices, we need to look at three important factors: rarity, condition, and errors. While millions of 1966 dimes were produced, only a small number are in pristine, uncirculated condition. A dime that has never been touched or circulated is much rarer and could be worth significantly more. Some of these rare, uncirculated 1966 dimes have sold for thousands of dollars at auctions. The finest examples, graded in nearly perfect condition, have the potential to reach astronomical prices. When we talk about condition, we're referring to the coin's grading, a system that ranges from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70. The closer a coin is to MS70, the higher its value. A 1966 dime in MS67 or higher can be incredibly rare, and these are the types of coins that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars or even $1 million. If you have a 1966 dime in near-perfect condition, you may be holding onto a small fortune. Then there's the error factor. Some 1966 dimes have minting errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or even the rare transitional error where the coin was mistakenly struck on a silver planchet instead of a copper-nickel one. These error coins are highly sought after by collectors and can bring in incredible prices. So, how do we get to that magic number of $1 million? In 2019, a near-perfect 1966 dime with an error was auctioned for close to $200,000. As the market for rare coins continues to grow, it's possible that a 1966 dime in pristine condition or with a major error could someday break that $1 million mark. Collectors and investors alike are always on the lookout for the next big find, and some experts believe that with the right combination of rarity, condition, and error, a 1966 dime could set a new world record at auction. We're diving into one of the most surprising and valuable coins you could come across: 1981 D-Mint mark dimes. That's right, a single dime that could be worth up to $1.1 million. Sounds unbelievable? Well, stick around because I'm going to explain exactly why these dimes are so valuable and how you could potentially find one. Let's start with a little history. The 1981 Roosevelt dime was minted in huge quantities at multiple locations, including Denver, which is what gives us the D-Mint mark. The design, featuring President Franklin D. Roosevelt, was introduced back in 1946, and it's been a staple of U.S. currency ever since in 1981. Tens of millions of these dimes were produced, but not all of them are equal in value. While most dimes from this year are worth face value, a select few have become highly valuable to collectors. And we're talking about serious money. $1.1 million for a single coin. But why? What makes these 1981 D-Mint dimes so special? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and, of course, errors. Let's break it down. Certain 1981 dimes feature rare minting errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or even a missing mint mark. These errors can make a dime significantly more valuable because they are rare variations that collectors are willing to pay a premium for. Coins that are graded in near-perfect condition, referred to as mint state MS65 or higher, are incredibly valuable. This is because it's rare to find a coin that has survived in such good condition after years of circulation. Grading services like PCGS and NGC give these coins a special certification, which some 1981D dimes may have unusual toning, luster, or other visual appeal that makes them stand out. Collectors often prize these unique characteristics, and they can raise the value to astronomical heights. So, how do you know if your 1981D dime is worth more than 10 cents? Here are a few things to look for. Look closely at the D mint mark on the right side of the coin, just above the torch. If it's missing or shows signs of doubling, you could be holding a rare error coin. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check for any misalignments, extra lines, or unusual markings. Off-center strikes or double dies are valuable, so pay close attention. If the coin has minimal scratches, no discoloration, and still maintains its original shine, it's likely in better condition. For serious value, you'll want to get your coin professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. Coins graded MS65 or higher can fetch jaw-dropping prices. Now let's talk real numbers. A few 1981 D mint dimes have been sold at auctions for staggering amounts of money. One of the most famous sales involved a dime that was graded in mint state 68 condition, which fetched a record-breaking price of $1.1 million at auction. This coin was in near-perfect condition, with no visible wear or damage, making it a collector's dream come true. But even if your dime isn't in mint condition, don't worry. Other 1981 dimes with rare errors or in less than perfect condition have still sold for thousands of dollars. We're diving into the world of one of the most overlooked yet incredibly valuable coins, the 1985 P Mint Mark dime. You heard it right. A dime that could be worth up to $1.2 million. Imagine holding something that tiny yet potentially worth a fortune. If you have a 1985 P Mint Mark dime lying around in your collection, you might want to stay tuned because this could be life-changing. So, what makes this coin so special? Is it just an ordinary dime that somehow got lucky? Or is there more to it? In this video, we're going to explore the backstory, the key features to look for, the errors that boost its value, and how you could possibly cash in on a 1985 P dime worth over $1 million. Let's jump right in. First things first, let's talk about the 1985 P dime itself. Produced by the Philadelphia Mint, this dime is part of the Roosevelt dime series, which has been in circulation since 1946. The P Mint mark indicates it was minted in Philadelphia, which was a major production center for U.S. coinage. But here's the twist. Although millions of these dimes were minted, a few unique factors have caused certain coins to become incredibly rare and valuable. With over 1.4 billion 1985 P dimes minted, you'd think there's nothing special about them, right? Wrong. Hidden among those billions are rare varieties that have collectors around the world willing to pay astronomical prices. Now, let's talk about what sets these high-value 1985 P dimes apart from the rest. There are a few error varieties that make this coin a hot commodity. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die variety. A double die error occurs when the coin is struck twice during production, but slightly misaligned. This can cause visible doubling on key parts of the design, like Roosevelt's profile, the date, or the inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust. If you spot doubling on these areas, you might be looking at a dime worth thousands, if not millions. Another error to look for is the misalignment of the die. Sometimes the reverse of the dime, where the torch and olive branch are, can be struck off-center. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. Coins with significant misalignments or off-center strikes are especially valuable because they're considered minting accidents, the kind of mistake that collectors go wild for. Of course, condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting. A 1985 P dime with these errors in mint state condition can reach astronomical values. We're talking upwards of $1.2 million. Mint state coins are those that have never been circulated, meaning they're in pristine condition with no visible wear or tear. The highest grades, such as MS68 or MS70, are almost flawless, making them the rarest of the rare. If your 1985 P dime has both an error and is in mint state, you could be sitting on a gold mine. If you think you have a valuable coin, I highly recommend getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations can authenticate your coin and assign it a grade that will determine its true value. Now, let's talk about the big bucks. Over the years, rare 1985 p dimes with notable errors have been sold at auction for mind-blowing prices. In fact, one particular error dime sold for over $1.2 million, a record for this denomination. We're diving into a hidden treasure, 1977 D Mint Mark Roosevelt dimes, some of which are worth an astonishing $1.3 million. Let's find out how you can tell if you're holding one of these valuable coins and what makes them so incredibly rare. Roosevelt dimes have been in circulation for decades, but certain years and mint marks make some coins highly collectible. The 1977 D dime is one such coin. It was minted in Denver, which is indicated by the D mint mark located just above the date on the coin. But not all 1977 D dimes are valuable. So what makes a particular dime worth up to $1.3 million? The key to understanding the value lies in rarity and condition. Coins minted in error or in extremely low quantities are what collectors seek. These rare coins can skyrocket in value, especially when they're in pristine condition. So, why is the 1977 D dime potentially worth $1.3 million? First, the rarest 1977 D dimes are those that have minting errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or misaligned dies. These minting mistakes can occur during the production process, making the coin unique. And the rarer the error, the higher the coin's value. Second, the coin's condition is critical. If your 1977 D dime has been carefully preserved, without scratches or tarnishing, its value can shoot up significantly. Coins graded by professional services as mint state 68 or higher, for example, are the ones that could be worth $1.3 million or more. Let's talk about coin grading. If you think you have a valuable coin, it's crucial to get it graded by a professional service like the PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. These experts will examine your coin under high magnification and give it a grade based on its condition, from circulated to uncirculated, and from mint state 60 to mint state 70. A perfect mint state 70 coin is virtually flawless, and that's what serious collectors are willing to pay big bucks for. So, if your 1977 D dime gets graded at MS 68 or higher, you could be looking at a coin worth over $1 million. Now, let's take a closer look at the types of minting errors that could make your 1977 D dime incredibly valuable. Here are some of the most sought-after errors you need to watch out for. This occurs when the coin's design is accidentally stamped twice, creating a doubling effect, especially on the date or lettering. When the coin is not struck perfectly in the center, leaving parts of the design cut off or misaligned. This happens when a part of the coin's edge is missing, giving it a jagged or straight cut. A coin struck without a collar, causing it to spread out larger than normal. If your dime has any of these errors, congratulations. You could be sitting on a treasure worth a small fortune. Alright, so you're ready to check your coin stash for a potential $1 million dime. Here's what to do. Make sure it's a 1977 dime. This will be right above the year on the front side of the coin. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling on the date, lettering, or unusual striking errors. Look for scratches, tarnishing, or wear. The better the condition, the higher the value. Once you've done this, if you think your coin has potential, send it to be professionally graded. You'll need that official certification to sell it for top dollar. Did you know that a simple 1987 P Mint Mark dime could be worth a staggering $1.4 million? That's right. In today's video, we're diving deep into the hidden world of valuable dimes, specifically the 1987 P Mint Mark, and why this seemingly ordinary coin could make you a millionaire. We're talking about a dime that most people might overlook, but serious coin collectors are hunting for. So what makes this coin so special? What should you look out for in your own pocket change? Let's break it down and unlock the secrets behind this incredible piece of history. The 1987 dime is a part of the Roosevelt dime series, which has been in circulation since 1946. The P Mint mark signifies that this particular coin was minted in Philadelphia. In 1987, millions of these dimes were produced, so why would one stand out and be worth a fortune? The key lies in a combination of rarity, errors, and demand from collectors. Coins minted in Philadelphia during this period were generally well struck, but certain factors, like minting errors, could send the value of a regular dime skyrocketing. Now, here's where it gets exciting. The 1987 P-Mint mark dime that could fetch up to $1.4 million is no ordinary coin. The value is primarily driven by errors or unique minting flaws, like misstrikes, double dies, or missing features. These minting errors turn a regular coin into a rare collectible that's highly sought after by numismatists. One of the most well-known errors is the double die error, where certain parts of the coin's design are struck more than once. On dimes, this could show up on Roosevelt's face, the lettering, or the torch on the reverse. These types of errors can transform a regular 10-cent piece into a $1 million treasure. So, how can you find out if your 1987 P-dime is worth a small fortune? First, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and take a close look at the coin's details. Pay special attention to Roosevelt's profile, the lettering, and the torch on the reverse. Look for any signs of doubling or misalignment. If you see any oddities, like repeated elements or distorted designs, you might have a valuable error coin on your hands. And don't forget to check for missing details, such as missing mint marks, which can also drastically increase the coin's value. But why exactly would anyone pay $1.4 million for a dime? The answer lies in the demand from collectors who value these rare errors. Numismatists and collectors are willing to spend enormous amounts of money to get their hands on error coins, especially those with historical significance or those in mint condition. The 1987 P-Mint mark dime is especially valuable when it's uncirculated and in pristine condition. If your coin has a grading from a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC and scores high on the scale, you could be looking at an extremely valuable piece. So, what if you've got one of these rare dimes in your collection? Where can you sell it? There are several avenues for selling valuable coins, including auction houses, online coin dealers, and marketplaces like eBay. However, for a coin as rare and valuable as this, it's important to go through reputable channels to ensure you get the best price. Did you know that a simple dime could be worth a life-changing $1.6 million? Yes, you heard that right. Your everyday pocket change might just be holding one of the most valuable coins in U.S. history. Today, we're diving deep into the 1988 P. Roosevelt dime and discovering why some of these coins are so incredibly valuable. The Roosevelt dime has been in circulation since 1946, honoring the 32nd President of the United States, Franklin D. Roosevelt. The 1988 P dime, minted in Philadelphia, is one of the more common dimes you can find. But what makes certain 1988 P dimes so special that they could be worth as much as $1.6 million? When it comes to coin collecting, value is determined by several key factors: condition, minting errors, and rarity. Let's break these down and explain why a regular-looking 1988 P dime could potentially be worth a fortune. First up, condition. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, MS, with mint state 70 being the absolute highest. A coin in mint state 67 or higher is incredibly valuable because it's rare to find a coin that has been so well preserved. Even small scratches or wear from circulation can drastically reduce a coin's value. For a 1988 P dime, if it's in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth thousands of dollars. But what about the $1.6 million price tag? That's where errors and rarity come into play. Minting errors are one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting. These are mistakes that occurred during the production of the coin at the U.S. Mint, and they can make a coin incredibly valuable. Some of the most valuable errors found on 1988 P dimes include double dies, off-center strikes, and even misaligned mint marks. For example, if you find a 1988 P dime with a double die error, where the lettering or design appears doubled due to a minting mistake, that coin could be worth thousands. And the more dramatic the error, the higher the potential value. Now let's talk about rarity. While millions of 1988 P dimes were produced, certain errors or high-grade coins are incredibly rare. In some cases, only a handful may exist in pristine condition or with unique errors. And if a collector or auction house values this rarity highly, the price can skyrocket. That's how some coins can be worth millions of dollars. So what about the $1.6 million figure? In the world of coin collecting, anything is possible when rarity meets demand. While no 1988 p-dime has officially sold for that amount, rare coins with unique features or errors can reach extraordinary prices at auctions. A once-in-a-lifetime discovery or an incredibly rare error could indeed push a coin into the million-dollar range. Imagine being the person who discovers that one rare 1988 p-dime with a perfect mint error or pristine condition. You could be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. Now, how do you know if you have a valuable 1988 p-dime? The first step is to inspect your coins closely. Look for any unusual features like doubling, off-center strikes, or anything that seems out of the ordinary. And if you think you've found something special, have your coin professionally graded by a third-party grading service. We're diving into a legendary coin story that could blow your mind. Yes, we're talking about the 1975 no-mint mark Roosevelt dime that's worth a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. That's right, you heard it correctly. A single dime that could fetch $1.7 million at auction. But what makes this seemingly ordinary coin so valuable? Stick around, and we'll uncover everything you need to know about this 1975 Roosevelt dime with no mint mark, how it became so rare, why collectors are going crazy over it, and how you might even find one yourself. First, let's start with a little background on the 1975 dime. The Roosevelt dime has been a standard coin in the US since 1946. They're pretty common in circulation. So what makes the 1975 dime different? Well, in 1975, the US Mint produced dimes in two major locations, Philadelphia and Denver. Dimes struck in Denver had a D mint mark, while those from Philadelphia should have no mint mark, which was standard for Philly coins. However, this one unique 1975 Roosevelt dime we're talking about was supposed to be part of a proof set minted in San Francisco. Proof coins from San Francisco always have an S mint mark. But here's where things get interesting. Somehow, a mistake happened at the San Francisco Mint in 1975. A few proof dimes were struck without the S mint mark. Proof coins are made specifically for collectors, and they have a mirror-like finish with sharp details. Because these dimes were meant to be in special sets, they weren't supposed to get out into circulation. But this tiny minting error has led to one of the most valuable modern coins in US history. To put it simply, the 1975 No S dime is a one-of-a-kind minting error, and coin collectors love rare errors. Fewer than 3 of these dimes have ever been found. Now, let's talk about that million-dollar price tag. One of these rare dimes was auctioned for over $1.7 million in recent years, breaking records and grabbing headlines in the numismatic world. For those who don't know, numismatics is just a fancy word for coin collecting. But there's nothing simple about a 7-figure payday for a dime. This massive sale is what has people everywhere checking their proof sets from 1975, hoping to find one of these valuable errors. Imagine discovering a coin worth $1.7 million just sitting in a collection somewhere. That's the dream, right? How can I find one of these 1975 no-mint mark dimes? Well, here's the thing, you won't find it in your pocket change. These dimes were part of proof sets, so if you or someone you know has unopened or uninspected proof sets from 1975, you might want to take a closer look. Proof coins are easily recognizable by their shiny, polished finish and sharp edges. Check your proof sets for any dimes missing the S mint mark. If you find one without that mark, you could be sitting on a small fortune. But keep in mind, these dimes are incredibly rare, so the odds are slim. But hey, people have found them before, so you never know. Now, let's talk about why mint errors like this are so valuable. Coin collectors are always looking for pieces that are unusual, one-of-a-kind, or historically significant. The fewer there are, the more desirable they become. When an error coin is discovered, it's almost like a treasure hunt. Collectors and investors rush to get their hands on it because they know it's rare, and its value can skyrocket over time. We're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins, specifically the 1981 D mint mark dimes. you might be sitting on a hidden treasure worth up to $1.8 million. Let's explore how to identify these rare dimes and what makes them so valuable. The 1981 D dime was minted in Denver and features the iconic image of Franklin D. Roosevelt. But what makes some of these dimes extraordinarily rare and valuable? It all comes down to their minting process and specific characteristics. Only a few of these coins were struck with the unique errors that lead to their high value. Now, let's discuss the key features that set these dimes apart. In 1981, a number of dimes were struck with unique errors, including double strikes and off-center coins. These errors occurred during the minting process and significantly increase a coin's value. Wondering how much these coins can sell for? Some 1981 D dimes with these rare errors have been sold at auction for staggering amounts, reaching up to $1.8 million. But remember, condition matters. Coins in mint condition are the most sought after. Now that you know what to look for, you might be wondering where to find these treasures. Check your change jar, look at old coin collections, or visit local coin shops and estate sales. You never know what hidden gems you might uncover. To sum it up, the 1981 D Mint Mark dime is a potential goldmine for collectors and treasure hunters alike. Keep an eye out for those rare errors, and you might just find a coin that could make you a millionaire. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more content on rare coins and how to spot valuable treasures. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin. If you're a coin collector or just curious about the potential treasure in your loose change, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Today, we're talking about the 1991 P Mint Mark dime, a coin that could be worth up to $1.9 million. Let's dive into why this seemingly ordinary dime is anything but. Before we jump into the specifics of the 1991 P dime, let's take a quick look at the history of the dime itself. The U.S. Mint has been producing dimes since 1796, and they've gone through many design changes over the centuries. The 1991 P dime belongs to the Roosevelt series, which started in 1946. The P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, where this coin was struck. While millions of these dimes were produced in 1991, only a few are known to have rare errors or special features that make them extraordinarily valuable. So what makes this dime potentially worth $1.9 million? There are a few factors that can turn a regular dime into a jackpot coin. Let's break it down. Error coins are a big reason some dimes can skyrocket in value. These errors occur during the minting process and can include things like misstrikes, double dies, or even off-center designs. A 1991 P dime with a rare mint error, such as a double die on the date or lettering, can fetch thousands, if not millions, of dollars at auction. Another crucial factor is the condition or grade of the coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable it is. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect mint state. If your 1991 P dime is in mint condition or close to it, its value increases dramatically. For a coin like this to be worth $1.9 million, it would need to be in nearly flawless condition, graded MS68 or higher. Lastly, another factor that could push the value of a 1991 P dime to $1.9 million is its rarity or limited circulation. Some special proof coins, those created for collectors and not meant for general circulation, could be worth a fortune if they were produced in very limited quantities. Let's talk about the money side of things. In recent years, we've seen several Roosevelt dimes, including the 1991 P, sell for mind-blowing amounts. One such coin, graded at MS68, sold at auction for over $1.5 million. While we haven't seen a 1991 P dime hit $1.9 million yet, experts believe that a high-grade specimen with the right features could easily reach or exceed that amount. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if my 1991 P dime is worth $1.9 million? Here's what to look for. Check for any unusual markings or abnormalities, especially around the date and lettering. If your coin looks uncirculated and in pristine condition, it's worth getting it professionally graded. Look for any design elements that seem off or different from a regular 1991 dime.